Walrus Wars. The Tusked Fortress versus the polar bear.
We begin in the icy north, a realm of deep cold, where the ocean itself is a constant, brutal enemy.
Here, the walrus herd seeks refuge on a massive ice flue, a small, temporary fortress against the void.
Their enormous tusks are their shield, their numbers, their ultimate strength. But they are not alone.
The polar bear is the ultimate apex hunter of the Arctic. Driven by endless hunger, he searches the frozen sea.
The bear, massive and silent, spots the herd. A single target is chosen, a vulnerable walrus calf.
He knows the danger of their tusks. He must use stealth, patience, and the freezing water as his weapon.
He enters the icy water. The air is thick with the knowledge of impending danger. The matriarch walrus senses the shift in the currents. Her primal alarm is screaming. She signals the alarm. The entire herd instantly erupts, moving as one giant, noisy unit.
The strategy is defensive. They form a protective ring, the calves forced to the center of the tusked fortress.
The polar bear emerges. His ambush failed. He now commits to a brutal, direct assault. The clash begins. The bear leaps onto the ice, ready to face the wall of bone and blubber.
The polar bear commits to the assault. He lunges at the ring of tusks, testing the walrus's defenses.
The matriarch walrus maintains the line. She pushes forward, making the bear choose between pain and retreat.
The bear, wary of the sharp ivory, shifts its attack to the vulnerable flanks of the tusked fortress. The walrus bulls react in unison. A chorus of angry bellows and tusks swing outward to repel the threat. The bear attempts to climb the slippery, ice-covered flank, aiming for the soft hide of the young. The walrus bulls respond with brute force, leaning their heavy bodies into the bear, forcing it into the freezing water. The icy water is the walrus's ally. It slows the bear, forcing a momentary retreat to regain energy. The walrus matriarch checks the formation. Every minute of endurance is a victory for the vulnerable calves. The bear tries a different tactic, creating chaos. It pounds the thin ice below the herd's perimeter.
The ice cracks. Panic spreads through the vulnerable young, but the tusked ring holds firm.
The polar bear realizes the cost. The collective defense is unbreakable, and his energy reserves are dwindling.
The bear retreats into the distance. The walrus fortress has proven its power. Survival is secured.
The immediate danger has passed, but the tension is now internal. The ice floe itself becomes the new threat. The ocean currents begin to pull the fragmented ice apart, threatening to separate the walrus calves from their mothers.
The matriarch walrus must act fast. Her decision is critical. Find safe passage or she signals the migration. They must abandon the broken fortress and swim to a larger, safer sheet of ice.
The journey is treacherous. The young calves struggle in the freezing current, battling against the tide. Meanwhile, the scent of the migration draws the polar bear back. He sees a second, easier opportunity.
He enters the water. His speed and endurance are unmatched once he commits to the hunt.
The matriarch sees the bear closing the distance. She chooses the ultimate defense, a unified counterattack. The group forms a line in the water, tusks pointing outward. A bold, desperate challenge.
The polar bear is forced to stop. He cannot risk the deadly barrier of sharp ivory. The standoff is brief. The walrus herd uses the advantage to reach the new ice flue. The matriarch is the last to leave the water, ensuring every member is safe from the relentless predator. The polar bear concedes the territory. The immense strength of walrus unity
has won the final battle. The immense cost of the confrontation is clear. The walrus herd must now heal and find new forage. The walrus matriarch stands guard. Her energy is spent, but her vigilance remains absolute. The immense clock of the Arctic ticks on. The herd begins its slow march toward the open ocean.
They use the brief respite to feed on small crustaceans below the ice, regaining vital energy.
The memory of the polar bear remains, a constant reminder that the Arctic allows no weakness. This collective defense proves the ultimate law of the Arctic. Unity and shared sacrifice are the only true shields. The fortress holds. The cycle of survival continues, earned by raw strength and unbreakable will. Until then, stay vigilant, stay strong, and let the wilderness guide your way.
We will see you in the next ultimate battle for survival.
This is Walrus Wars, the story of resilience and the power.
Subscribe to Life Force Wild to never miss another true story of endurance and power. Like this video if you were inspired by the walrus's ultimate defense.
Thank you for watching this powerful nature documentary, and join us for the next chapter. Goodbye, and stay wild.